Welcome to Point News TV, bringing you the latest and most important updates from across Nigeria. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay informed on current events and developments affecting our country. Now, let's dive into today's top stories for September 27, 2024. President Tinubu accelerates distribution of fuel subsidy palliatives. In a bid to alleviate the burden caused by the removal of fuel subsidies, President Bola Tinubu has ordered the swift disbursement of palliative funds to Nigerians. The move comes in response to growing concerns from labor unions and civil society organizations about delays in relief distribution. The government promises that cash transfers, food supplies, and transport subsidies will reach all states soon, easing the impact of inflation and high fuel prices on households across the country. Nigerian Army intensifies anti-terrorism campaign in the north. The Nigerian military has launched a renewed offensive, Operation Desert Storm, aimed at combating insurgency in the northeastern states of Borno and Yobe. Led by Major General Taoreed Lagbaha, this operation targets Boko Haram and ISWAP militants through coordinated airstrikes and ground operations. While military officials claim significant progress, local residents are cautiously optimistic, hoping this campaign brings lasting peace to the conflict-ridden region. ASUU issues strike ultimatum over unfulfilled government agreements. The Academic Staff Union of Universities ASUU has given the federal government a 2-week ultimatum threatening to resume its strike if previous agreements are not honored. ASUU President Professor Emmanuel Osodeki expressed frustration over unpaid arrears and the lack of investment in university infrastructure. If unresolved, the strike will disrupt academic activities nationwide, affecting millions of students in Nigeria's public universities. Inflation skyrockets to 27.5%, squeezing Nigerian households. Nigeria's inflation rate has surged to a new high of 27.5%, putting a strain on the average Nigerian's ability to afford essential goods. The latest figures from the National Bureau of Statistics point to rising food prices, transportation costs, and energy expenses, largely driven by the removal of fuel subsidies and currency devaluation. Economists warn that without prompt action, inflation could spiral further, deepening the financial crisis for many families. Lagos State enforces ban on commercial motorcycles in key areas. The Lagos State government has reintroduced its ban on commercial motorcycles, or Okadas, in major parts of the city due to growing concerns over security and safety violations. The new restrictions, set to take effect from October 1st, will apply to critical highways and populated zones. While some residents have applauded the decision for improving safety, Okada riders are pushing back, fearing the move will lead to massive job losses and economic hardship. CBN governor pledges to stabilize Naira amid currency volatility. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Olayemi Cardoso, has assured Nigerians that measures are underway to stabilize the value of the Naira after weeks of erratic exchange rate fluctuations. Cardoso attributed the instability to speculative trading and promised that boosting foreign reserves and cracking down on illegal currency trade would soon improve the situation. The volatile Naira has had a ripple effect, driving up the cost of imported goods and everyday items. Bandit attacks force over 50 villages in Zamfara to be abandoned. The worsening security situation in Zamfara state has led to the abandonment of more than 50 villages as bandit attacks intensify. Thousands of residents have fled their homes, seeking safety in urban areas and makeshift camps. Governor Dauda Lawal has called on the federal government to bolster security efforts in the region, warning that the situation could deteriorate further if left unchecked. INEC gears up for supplementary elections in Kogi and Imo. Following court rulings nullifying results in certain constituencies, the Independent National Electoral Commission, or INEC, is preparing for supplementary elections in Kogi and Imo states. INEC Chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, confirmed that the commission is working to ensure transparent and credible elections. Political tension is building in the affected areas as parties ramp up campaigns ahead of the reruns. Efcc probes high-level corruption, arrests top government officials. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, or EFCC, has detained several high-ranking officials in connection with an investigation into a multi-billion Naira corruption scandal. The EFCC is probing the mismanagement of public funds allocated to infrastructure projects. Although the officials involved have not been publicly named, this investigation highlights the government's intensified anti-corruption drive. However, some critics accuse the commission of selective prosecution. Nigeria to host African Union Climate Summit in Abuja. Nigeria is preparing to host the African Union Summit on Climate Change, set to take place next month in Abuja. The event will bring together African leaders, environmental experts, and global organizations to discuss strategies for combating climate change across the continent. Nigeria's Minister of Environment, Dr. Isiaq Salako, emphasized that the summit will also showcase Nigeria's initiatives in renewable energy and efforts to address environmental challenges such as deforestation and flooding. That wraps up today's top stories from Nigeria. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Point News TV for more updates on the latest news affecting our nation. Stay informed and see you in the next bulletin.